What's up guys, Spin Firearms here, and this video was recommended to me, or somebody asked me, can you do a comparison between the Glock 26 Gen 5 and the XD9 Subcompact from Springfield Armory, which these are two awesome everyday carry firearm choices. Honestly, flip a coin, you can't go wrong with either. Obviously, you know that I prefer the Glock 26, but I am not you. I don't have your hands. I don't have the same shooting, experience as you guys. We're all different places. So I'm just going to break them down how I see it. Anyways, Glock 26 Gen 5. Ignore this as an MOS. You can't get this in the US, so just ignore it. The Gen 5 will go from $500 to $550, whereas you can find the XD9 Subcompact for around $400 flat. On Bud's Gun Shop, I still see them for $400 flat with the 13-round mag. How can you argue with that? Anyways, two great firearms, about $100, $150 difference. Now, what sets them apart? Well, obviously, the Glock is going to have a wider grip angle, as all Glocks do, but I think that does help mitigate recoil. I think it's a natural way of mitigating recoil with the grip angle, so I like that. Obviously, the Glock 26 Gen 5 doesn't have those finger grooves, so it's similar to how the XD is set up. Let's compare the size real quick, just so you guys can get an idea. So they don't, if you're looking online, it looks like the XD9 is so much bigger, where you can tell it's wider, you can tell it's blockier, chunkier, but very similar length of slide, although the Glock 26 has a 3.4-inch barrel, whereas this has a 3-inch barrel. So you are getting a little bit longer of a barrel with the same size slide. Now the width is a little slimmer at the top of the slide, but it gets wider at the bottom. It is what it is. They both have pretty decent sights, although, they're Glock sights for what they are. But the Springfield has decent sights right out of the box. They're 3-dot sights, metal, but they aren't night sights. It is what it is, though. You can tell that this is just an overall bigger firearm surface area-wise. Look how big the slide is. Look how big the frame is even down here. But that doesn't hurt when it comes to its shootability, so don't count the XD9 Subcompact out. Like I said, this was one of my very first firearms. Springfield Armory makes amazing mags. I don't think they get the appreciation they deserve. They're cheap, and they run, and they're metal. They're just awesome. So this is 13+1 setup. Like I said, it's bigger up here, but that just adds the shootability. This is one of the smoothest shooting firearms ever. I recommend this as a first firearm for people because it has so many safety features. It has a grip safety. You have a trigger safety, drop safety, loaded chamber indicator, striker indicator, witness hole, and so on. Which someone did say this isn't a witness hole. I've never even used it, to be honest, because I didn't really care. I knew there's a round in the chamber. That's why I like this firearm. There's a round in the chamber. The striker's ready to go. And that this has to be depressed just a little bit with that trigger safety in order for that trigger to go off. It's never caused me an issue through over 11,000 rounds. This was one of my very first carry options. Now, what I didn't realize is how heavy this thing is to carry because it was one of my main carry options. It was one of the only firearms I was carrying at the time. When it comes to something like the Glock 26, it is much lighter. It is much smoother, in my opinion, with the way it feels, but it does have more recoil than the XD9. Is it dramatic? No. I think the grip angle helps mitigate that, but this is just a smooth shooter. Out of the triggers, the Gen 5 has a better trigger, hands down, but the XD doesn't have a terrible trigger. You can still be really fast with the XD, and all that mass on the slide really helps with recoil control. Now, we know this is a Glock safety, so it has a safe action system, which is 3 safeties throughout the firearm, no external safeties, no grip safeties. And a lot of people like not having that one extra piece of mechanics that could cause a malfunction or an issue. Like I said, never had an issue. My mom shot it. My friends have shot it. Never seen anyone run into an issue with the grip safety. Now, the Gen 5 is just a more updated firearm, a lighter firearm. It's just more advanced. The XD has been out for a long time. The Gen 5 hasn't been out as long. Now, they both have similar texture, but I would say the XD9 has a better grip texture overall. It's just a more awkward firearm, but like I said, a very smooth shooter. I can only fit 2 fingers on it, which is fine because you can put your pinky here or try and get on there a little bit. But like I say in all my videos, you can shoot like this and just be as good, basically. This is just a blockier, heavier firearm. Now, my safe isn't working, or my scale isn't working right now. I apologize. I had it out and it's not working. It's my one scale that I use to weigh firearms with ammo and stuff like that. It's just not working. This right here is with the 12-round mag. Usually it comes with a 10-round flush, but you can get the OEM 12-round mags. This is 13+1, polymer mags, metal mags, both super reliable mags. But the Glock 26 Gen 5 can take a 10-round, a 12-round, a 15-round Glock 19 mag, 17-round Glock 17 mag, 19-round Glock 19X mag. You know, the 24 rounder, the 31 rounder, the 33 round, all made by Glock. That is something that definitely sets the Glock 26 apart from every other firearm in its category. Hands down, you can't deny it. Whereas the XD, there is a 16 round as well, which gives you a full grip if you like that. And there might be a couple other options. I don't have them though. You can't go wrong with either. I mean, some upgrades, you're going to have to put new sights on the Glock right out of the box, unless you don't mind having these plastic sights. I like getting metal night sights. First thing I add to my Glock. They're both great choices. Honestly, I know I love the Glock 26, but the XD9 has a special place for me because it was one of my very first carries, and it really taught me that firearms are truly safe unless you're pulling the trigger, and that was a good experience. Having a firearm aimed at your private parts as a man carrying appendix can be nerve-wracking. This firearm definitely got me over that. Now, today I carry my Glock 26 Gen 3 over my Gen 5. That's just because I'm so used to the finger grooves, how it feels, and shooting it. But the Gen 5 is just as good, if not better, has a better trigger, better barrel, better serrations, and so on. You can't go wrong with either. But $150 price difference, $100 price difference, if that matters to you, you can't go wrong with the XD. This thing is a smoother shooter. I'm just going to be real with you. The recoil is handled better by this mass of this slide, this huge frame. It handles it, but you are going to be pulling your pants up more throughout the day with the XD9. You are going to realize more weight with the XD9, and that's just part of it. It's like, how are you going to carry? Are you going to be carrying sweatpants? What are you going to be doing? What activities, and so on? I just say to people, you can never go wrong with the Glock 26s because you can pocket carry this thing with a flush mag. You can throw a 17 rounder in it. You can basically do whatever you want with it to make it the perfect carry option for that moment. Anyways, that's the comparison between those two, and I can hear people getting loud in my house, so thanks for watching. Bye.